right, guys, I don't know if the world is becoming more insane or if I am just becoming increasingly more sane than I've ever been. But here to help me break down the most important topics and stories of the week that are facing our great nation, unforgettable author of Beaten Black and Blue, Brandon Tatum. Okay, I don't know where to start, so we'll just jump right into the crazy. I feel like I remember a time for maybe the last 2 years when every single conservative and Republican was saying this war on police being waged by the media and Democrats and the defund the police movement was very obviously going to lead to an increase in crime in inner cities. And lo and behold,
part of his announcement is also ensuring there's specific guidance to communities across the country to ensure that they have funding to get more community police around the country. Something that was supported by the American Jobs Plan that was voted into law by Democrats just a couple of months ago. Some might say that the other party was for defunding the police. I'll let others say that, but that's a piece.
I'm trying to comprehend just lying with a straight face like that. It's weird. It's like nobody can believe it. Even if you're the most radical Democrat, if you're just a radical leftist, you know that Republicans are the party of law and order and have done everything that we possibly can to stop this defund the police movement.
Yeah, Eric Swalwell said the same thing, that Republicans were against the police. And you can tell by that video that she has never talked to a police officer in her life. I just went on a ride-along in South Central LA, and I talked to real police officers who are working in one of the worst neighborhoods in the United States, and all they can tell me is about how bad it's gotten since they've cut the budget, and they have less resources, and how there's more crime, more shootings, more prostitution, because there are less police. This is exactly what happens when you defund the police. Everything gets worse.
Let's just look at one more big liar on this. I want to get to Joy Behar, because it's incredible. I think this is really quite fascinating. Let's see what she has to say about this.
Every president since Clinton inherited basically a declining crime rate, and then it continued to decline until Trump came along, because Trump presided over the greatest crime rise in modern American history. The murder rate shot up 26%, and mass shootings spiked. Hate crimes spiked more than 20% during his presidency. Now, I don't want to lay the whole thing at his feet, but he did create 4 years normalizing crime.
This is incredible. And here's the best part. She keeps looking off to the side like she's reading a teleprompter. Like, it's almost like they just decided on messaging and all of them got the message overnight. And it's like, we're just going to say, okay, it's the Republicans. We got caught, so let's just blame the Republicans. Has there ever been a president that was more pro-police than Donald Trump? Yes, crimes rose because you guys supported the George Floyd nonsense. I mean, this is crazy.
Yeah. My God, I want to scream listening to these people who are either the most evil or the dumbest people on planet Earth. They know for a fact that they were yelling, defund the police, dismantle the police. They've seen the decline in law enforcement. They've seen people walk off the police department. They've seen morale go to the tanks, and that has directly resulted in crime going out of the roof. Now the people are yelling at them, and they want their heads now because their communities are destroyed, and then they want to pivot and say this had everything to do with Donald Trump. There is a bigger agenda here, and I feel like they want to eradicate local law enforcement so they can make law enforcement in this country federalized. So when they come for you and say you better put a mask on, local police don't have to abide by that, but if it was federalized, they will. When they come for you, senile Joe Biden want to take away magazines from the AR, they're going to enforce those things federally. And so it's a bigger agenda. They've been caught. They're trying to pivot messaging now, but their ultimate goal is still the same.
Do you think, just in your perspectives, that people are waking up to it? Like, do you think anybody's buying that? Do you think there's somebody like nodding their head watching Joy Behar like, yes, that is right. Trump was against the police. I almost forgot.
Well, I don't think that people are going to wake up to it on their own, but we do have to go into these communities. People who are aware of what this is have to go into these communities, have to put words to it, have to call CRT racism, have to call defunding the police abuse of minority communities, and speak up in local politics, because people don't actually just most people just want to get on with their lives. That's the thing, right? They need to be involved.
100%, I agree with you. They change language. You know, Black Lives Matter. Had nothing to do with Black Lives. Nope. Planned Parenthood has nothing to do with you planning your parenthood. It has nothing. It's destroying parenthood. And the same thing when they talk about police and the way they treat police. They're trying to change the narrative and pivot, but we got to hold them to the fire. No, we have to remember, we have to call them out. When you guys were defunding the police, when Lori Dirtyfoot, I call her Dirtyfoot, Lori Dirtyfoot was out there saying that the police are the problem. All of these people, no, we're not gonna let you forget this. You can't live it down. You're not gonna blame it on Trump. We're gonna blame it on you guys. We're gonna call it for what it is. CRT is racist. Defunding the police has caused your communities to hit rock bottom. And we're not gonna let you go, because if we let them go, they're gonna, in 10 years from now, the whole history is going to change, and they're going to say, no, we were the party supporting the police. Look, we introduced community policing, federalized community policing.
Right.